Rachel Morin's mother is crying, and for months I am telling the American public, this guy is probably a sailor. The killer is probably a sailor. The reason why he came from Los Angeles on the west coast to Baltimore on the east coast is probably that he has something to do with harbor. His job, his life has something to do with harbor. And in the middle of America, you don't have sea, you have the sea at the edge of America. You understand? You understand? This guy is probably a sailor. And your investigators, your public, your media must be... Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Here, Rachel Morin's killer is 99% a sailor. Shame on you! USA has ignored logic and probability for months. I contacted your authorities, your media for months. Shame on you, America. This is, you know, what you are doing, you are thinking we must check the Hispanic community and so and everyone shall know about this case. We must inform. This is okay. This is okay, but you know, there is one thing. One thing is probable, and this one thing is he is a sailor. The others, all other thoughts are possibilities, you know. Yes, check the possibilities. It is good to do this, but you are missing to talk about what is the most probable thing, you know. You can say, okay, we investigate for a few weeks in secret, for example. Yes, you can do. You can have your strategy, and so. But now it's nearly 3 months, you know, and there's no excuse not talking about this. What is 99% the most likely stuff. This is, you know, I tell it with clear words. Your investigators are losers. Your profiler are loser. Your authority and your media are loser. They are guilty, you know, they make mistake. Now we must talk about mistake. There is no excuse. It is a mistake. They are not thinking the right way. So now they must be punished, you know. Now it is something, it is no excuse anymore. Of course, yes. First I have to prove right, then they have to be punished. But it is not, you know, in the first moment, oh yes, we are helping all together. But this is now another situation. Now we have people who are not doing their job right, and they must be punished. They must be punished, and shame on them. But also the media. I informed the media. I informed this attorney or this lawyer from the family. I informed this Pat Brown, and she is not competent. You know, she is not competent. And yes, now I'm angry. Now I'm angry. But of course, you know, when I say he lived in a hostel during land term, okay, maybe he lived somewhere else, not in a hostel. But this means he is not a part of the community, you know. You're thinking, when he came from Los Angeles to the Bel Air area, and then he must have friends there. Here, he must be part of the community. He's living here next door. No, 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 no. You know, this is a possibility, but 99% probably he has something to do with harbor, and he came to Baltimore area because the sea is the connection. And so yeah, and you know, in the first weeks, okay, this is the situation. We are helping all together to find this guy and to but I'm ignored. And the work what is done here, this is not fitting to the probabilities. You know, there are people who are deciding, and they're making mistakes. They're making mistakes, and this it is over to only to talk friendly. You know, when they ignore me, it is over talking friendly. Okay, you know, hostile. Maybe it is not enough to check some hostels, you know. There is the basic thought is he is a sailor, and this must go to the public. Yes, this must go to the public, of course, as a possibility. To the public, you don't have to say it is 99%, because I don't want to stop that the Hispanic community gets attention, you know, and I don't want to that all people say, oh yeah, he is from he is not here, he is from outside. You shall go on with your what you're doing there in Bel Air, looking around, yes, but it is the time to go to the public with the most likely possibility that this killer is someone who came from Los Angeles because he had something has something to do with the harbor. You know, this is the most likely. This is most likely. You have to think. You have to think this through. You know, you have to think this situation. Also statistics, you know, how big is the country, how small is the coast, and you know, and even that so long time he was not recognized. This is also something that fits to a guy who is living on the ships. You know, he's only a while on land, and then he is fucking around, and yes, and also the cheap way, and he has not family. He probably, you know, probably he can have family, but probably this guy has not family. This is the best explanation here. This is the best explanation. And this, yes, you know, this is when I'm looking what you're doing here. Yes. Look here, Rachel Morin. When you're searching for Rachel Morin, and you and the word sailor, you gotta get on planet Earth. Only me. This is me. This is my website here. This is my website. And the other is my website. This is my YouTube channel. You only get me, and this is nothing. This is nothing. When you're clicking here, you also only get stuff from me. Logik-ID.com. It's only me. Only me. Only me. You see, it's hundreds of stuff, but only me. Only my website. Only my website has this combination. Rachel, Morin, and Sailor. So, and therefore, you know, yes, I'm now criticizing your continent, your country, USA. You are idiots. You are a country that is not able to think logically. You are a loser. You are a loser. You know, loser. And this is not the only case. This is not the only case. Let me think. What? So you are a loser in the case Missy Beavers. You are a loser in the case Jean-Benet Ramsey. You are a loser in the case of these girls, these Snapchat killer girls. You are a loser in the case Pat Mullins. You are a loser in the case Catherine Corsilius. You are a loser over and over and over. Yes, you are a loser in the case the Summer Wells. You are a loser in the case Summer Wells. You are a loser over and over. Loser. Absolutely loser. Also in this case, Michael Biggs. Asher Degree. You are a loser. Just looking to my latest video in an American case, this was Catherine Corsilius. You are a loser. You are stupid. You cannot think logically. You know. I show you your bullshit. Wait, Moment. You know, it is clear. It is clear that this. Well, you see, this is Catherine Corsilius. She had nothing, no bruises on the back, on her head, and she has a deadly bruise or things or hit to the head in front. This and she has light, also not big bruises at the rest of her body. When you think to this logically, this cannot happen like this. This cannot happen because when she contact you know, when at the first contact was at the front of her body, you know, and the front of her head, then she would be conscious, and when she's turning, and then when she gets her bruises on the back, it's impossible that that her head has no bruises, you know. This is not possible. This is not possible, you know. Here, your whole nation is on the level of idiots, because just this picture, you only need to think logical. When you think what comes first, what comes next, it is for 100% proof this girl was murdered. Her head was, she was taken at her head, at her hairs of the back of her head, and her head was pushed down on the street with force by a human being, and this was murder. This case is impossible. It is logically impossible. It is 100% logical proof, but your country is not able to think logical. Again, when on the right side you have the head of Catherine Corselius. You have this wound at her forehead, and this was deadly. A trauma to the head, deadly. So now think, when I say she was abducted, but not by force. She met someone. At first, she came to this. She walked like the dogs told. The dogs are competent. You not. Wait. The dogs are competent. The American idiots are incompetent. So the dogs show the way where she walked. So and where the dogs lose the scent, there she got in a car. But it was not a violent abduction. Someone asked her if she want to have a ride, and she thought yes, she wants to be first at home, and this must be a person whom she knows or who was seemed very friendly to her. And then it was an abduction from the moment the car did not stop at the home of Catherine Corselius. From this on, it was an abduction, and then there was a argument, and she jumped out of the car, and then the guy stopped, and then he hit her head with force to the street, and it is impossible that it happened another way. You are stupid for decades, or centuries, decades, for decades. When she would got this wound to her forehead at first, and then she was she was what's the name? Wait, yeah, sliding. When she was sliding and then got the wounds on her back, then it is impossible, you know, that she was unconscious sliding and not hurting her head. This is impossible. This is logic. This is logic. It is impossible. You know, she was dying from this wound to her forehead. So we have to assume after this wound she was unconscious. And then when this happens first, it is impossible that she was sliding unconscious and not having any other wound to her head. This is impossible. And when it would be the other way, you know, when she would first contact the with the back to the bottom, and she has so little wounds on the back. This is abrasion, a little wounds, you know, and she could with her instinct save her head, you know, protect her head against any wounds, you know. If she managed this, that the first contact was on the back, and she could protect her head, back of her head totally, then it is impossible to explain how then she got you know, the energy, the first energy when she fell out of the car, when this would hit her back and she could protect her head totally and only have such minor injuries on the back, then it is impossible that her head gets this deadly wound. You know, it is clear, it is 100% clear. This girl's head was someone took her at the hair of the back of her head and smashed her forehead to the ground. And then it's right what her mother said. This person then was arranging her a little bit, you know, because her hair was when he did this, you know, her hair was not in good shape and all. But when her mother found her, she was lying like in a perfect position. Yes, her mother is right. This was a crime, but you know, not only this, but with logical thinking, what was first and what was next. A medical examiner must be able to say this was murder. This does not fit to an accident. This was murder. Because this wound, because this girl was found unconscious, and the wound to her forehead, and she was found unconscious, and she never regained consciousness, and the wound to her forehead was deadly. So the wound to her forehead made her unconscious, and then with this information and with this information what you see, you know, you have enough to say it was murder. It was murder. And you are a country where the idiots are reigning like in Germany. In Germany the idiots are reigning, you know. They are on the throne like the king. The king of Germany is idiocy, and in the US it's the same. And this is one example. I told you several cases. You are losers. You are losers. You are not able to think logically. Also in the case somewhere else and all these other cases. But let's go one after the other. I tell you, I came friendly, but you dare to ignore me. You dare to ignore me in your shit country, you know, in your country of the idiots, United Idiots of America. Who are you? Who are you? Make way. Make way for logic, you know? Make way for logical thinking. You are nothing. You are nothing. I believe in God, and therefore I know the truth will win. And you have nothing to do with truth, nothing to do with logic. I was friendly. Remember this. And you ignored me.